Wow. Oh, oh my god. I hope all my audio is okay. I messed around with my audio stuff yesterday, and I'm hoping nothing broke. If something doesn't work, you can't hear me or something, just let me know. Hi Curry Covers. Hello Raining Potatoes. So, the plan for this stream is I just wanted to have a chill stream where I could just talk about things that I'm working on, things that I plan to do, etc. So I guess the very first thing that I have to mention is I plan to start a podcast. Spoken about this in a few servers and with some friends, but I guess I'll formally announce it here. I am starting a podcast. It's gonna be revolving around Project Sekai, specifically around the tiering scene. I want to do something. Yes. Oh my god, podcast. Yes. I want to interview. This is it's heavily inspired by a similar podcast done in the Bantari community by Phil, known as the Refill Podcast, and Phil has many episodes where. By the way, watch the Refill Podcast. It's quite entertaining. Where Phil goes and interviews tierers to talk about their experiences, what they like about the game, what they don't like, what they're doing now, if they stopped, why they stopped, that kind of thing. Do they have plans to return? Are they still playing? Do they have any future plans? That kind of thing. And you get to kind of get into the mindset, the sort of. You get to learn a lot about people that you might see in the leaderboard. Will the podcast only contain you, or will it contain multiple people? The podcast will contain me as a host. I hope Stream Elements puts that there it is. The podcast will contain me as the host, and I will be interviewing guests. I plan to interview a variety of guests. At the start, I would like to interview tierers mainly, but I probably wouldn't be opposed to interviewing other people, maybe people who haven't tiered so high, as long as they're prominent figures and recognizable, I would say. For example, I would not mind interviewing, let's say, a moderator of the official Discord. I think that'd be fun. But I do kind of want to focus on tiers at the beginning. Also, if my model looks kind of funny, it's because I'm like swinging around in my chair, and it makes my my shoulders do a funny thing in my model. Oh my god, you should interview me because I tiered Smiley Lapimer. I am top 100,000. You know, that you know, if you did something like relevant, like really relevant to the community, and became like very prominent, like if you were like, let's say, a streamer for the game, and you had a few viewers, or you like were an artist and drew fan art, or like even a fan fiction writer or something like that, I might interview you, but you gotta make a name for yourself, buddy. But yeah, I would like to interview tiers, and I don't have a good name for the podcast yet. I'm still thinking of it, but I have been drafting up questions to ask. But I think I will make like a survey or something, or make a tweet, probably a survey, where I'll ask people what kinds of things they'd be interested in knowing about people I interview. For example, like a question I plan to ask is something very simple, like what drew you into Project Sekai? Not necessarily as the game, but as the franchise as a whole. Like because I'm sure there are people who don't play the game but enjoy the characters and stuff. Who's gonna be the first guest, or will that be a secret? I had plans. I already knew I knew who I wanted the first guest to be for a while. I did. Unfortunately, due to some circumstances that I don't really like to disclose here, that no longer will be happening. I do have my eyes on a few people. I will say I do have my eyes on a few people, and I will privately message them and ask if they would be so kind as to allow me to interview them on a Discord call. The format of the podcast will be done as a live stream first and foremost, and then the live stream will be available to view like as a raw thing. But I had a very gracious person who I love very much offer to edit the live stream into a VOD. And so I will have an edited version up publicly, and the full VOD will be unlisted in the VODs playlist, as well as a separate playlist that I will label as Sekai Podcasts, whatever the name ends up being. If you have a good name for me, by the way, please do suggest it, because I personally do not have a good name as we speak right now. In terms of if I'm going to tell, let me, how do I put this? Who's gonna be the first guest? If I had to give a hint on who I'm looking at currently, I'm looking at two different people. One of them is, let's just say, they were the most prominent figure in the arguably most competitive event. And the second person I'm looking at is very dedicated to, is a person who is very dedicated to their favorite. So much so that it could be argued that the person is single-handedly holding up their favorite favorites rankings. And if you do not understand, oh my god, I'm sorry, excuse me. If you do not understand what I mean, then you'll find out eventually who the first guest ends up. But those are the two people I'm eyeing. Yeah. Oh my god, it sounds so cool. I hope it does. I think it'd be really exciting to have that happen. Because I've wanted to have some Project Sekai on my channel, because it's something I'm really interested in. And, well, but one problem with having Project Sekai on my channel is that I'm not particularly good at the game, like, in terms of skill. I'm very poor at... I'm relatively speaking pretty poor at the game, with my skill level being like clearing 29s and full comboing like 27s. Maybe if I really try to full combo 28. So I don't think I find to watch in that aspect. I don't enjoy the thought of streaming my tiering. I don't know. I just find it very, how to put it? I find it very monotonous, and I somehow feel like it would not be a very good idea to stream my tiering, like, especially if it could be used for, let's say, getting intel on me. Of course I could just block out the stuff that had the stuff that the competition wants to see, but you know, it's just like I'd rather not. And but the main thing is I just don't feel like it's very good content. Like, isn't it kind of boring? I don't know. Isn't it kind of boring to watch someone play Envy for 10 million hours? No, I think you're a really good Project Sekai player. Well, I appreciate the sentiment, but I can't say I completely agree. The game, there are many players who are infinitely better than me, have many masterful combos, that kind of thing. I'm not exactly like top of the line player. I'm a very normal player for Thumbs, I feel like. I would love to see curry covers, dude, for 24 hours a day. Well, maybe, okay? Maybe. I don't know. I really just don't think that it's the type of content that I want to produce, because it's just very easy. And I don't really enjoy doing content that's like super easy. I really enjoy like really in terms of what I make, I really enjoy kind of pushing myself. Which is actually another thing I want to talk about. I've been kind of not burnt out, but I've been like a little disappointed in myself for some of my streams. I really feel like I should be trying to make cooler streams. I've been getting lazy. I've been getting complacent. I feel like a lot of times I'm like, yeah, I can just like play a game and talk over it and that'll be fun. But I don't know. I feel like I should be trying harder. And that's where I get stuff like the trans-lyric streams, the drawing streams. Those are kind of difficult. Like, I mean, I'm sure people enjoy just watching things happen if they're interested in it. Like, for example, people like watching gacha polls. So when I stream gacha, they're like, oh, gacha. But at the same time, like, shouldn't I try a little more? I had the merch stream was kind of new and fresh. I wanted to try that. I don't know. I just feel like I'm stagnating a little bit. But you know, whatever the case is, I'll try my best. Hello Toe. If you missed it, basically TLDR, I'm gonna be starting a. I think you should be happy in the content you produce curry covers, but you shouldn't overwork yourself too much. I try not to overwork myself, but I'm kind of infamously bad at that. I'll sign up for too many things. I'll do too many things, and I'll get tired, and I'll be like, oh my god, I'm dying. But yeah, what would I have to say? Toe, in case you missed it, I talked for a little bit. I plan to start a podcast regarding Project Sekai, specifically the tiering scene. I know not everyone's into that, but I'm into that, so I really want to do it. I think it'd be fun. I think it'd draw in new people, maybe. Not that I want to like alienate people, but I don't have very specific content either. I kind of stream whatever I want. Podcast indeed. And the plan is basically to interview like prominent figures in Project Sekai community. Whether I plan to start with tiering, but who knows? I might branch out, be like, hey, can hi Snorks, hello. I plan to be like, hey, I'm just gonna go into people's DMs and very politely ask if they would be so kind as willing to let me interview them. It should be all right. It should be all right. I expect it to be solid. I have questions planned. I'll probably send out a survey asking for like what people are interested in asking, and I'll choose like the best things from that to integrate into my questions that I already have drafted. Other than that, I was talking about how I was like, dang, I am not with my when I look at my content, I'm like, dang, I've gotten lazy as hell. Because I'll like open up a game, I'll start up a stream, and I'll just talk over it, and I'm like, I feel like I should be doing more, which is why I was like trying to like branch out a little bit and do like the merch streams. I tried doing more the trans-lyric streams. Actually, the trans-lyric streams, I feel like those things perform well anyway. Like things that are different and kind of fresh, I feel like those perform well compared to like if I play a game for like the 17th time. I don't know. But maybe I'm just crazy. And at the same time, and on the drawing streams perform relatively okay. I'm not really worried about the performance. I'm just worried about like doing my best, and I feel like sometimes I'm not putting in my 100% into what I'm doing right now in terms of streaming and stuff. But I'll try. That's why I take breaks sometimes too. 'Cause sometimes I'm like, I'm busy. I'm busy. I want to focus on other things. In terms of the what's the word? Is it eponymous? I'm gonna Google this. Eponymous definition. What's an eponym? Eponym definition. Relating to an eponym. One for whom or which something is or believed to be named. As for the eponymous curry covers, I have some curry covers. in the works. I have a cover of Yurei Tokyo, Ghost City Tokyo, by Yoasobi, in the works. Amazing animator on that. Getting art for it. We'll see how that goes. I'm also in the works of covering it. I have a cover of Vampire by Deco 27. 27. That I'm working on. That song's old and everyone's tired of it probably because it's like so covered, you know, like kind of like King is, where everyone covered King and everyone covered Vampire and everyone covered like the next Canaria songs. But like, you know, you can't. I mean, I like this song and I want to cover it, so I was gonna cover it. I have art for that already. Actually, I got the finished piece a while ago, and it's amazing. I don't know. I'm very slow with my cover speed. Oh my god, that's the one thing that drives me crazy. I am so slow on making covers. It is. I can't tell you why. It's not just that I spend a lot of time recording. It's also that I spend a lot of time mixing, and at the same time I spend a lot of time like redoing things when I find like mistakes or things that I'm not happy with, and that just makes me take like months to release one cover. Oh man, I don't know how I did it back in when was that? There was a time period where I was releasing covers like really commonly, instead of like once or twice or maybe 3 times per year, and I'm kind of jealous of that, but that's okay. I'll just suck it up. You are king, indeed. I'll just suck it up and pull and do my best. That's all you can really do. You can just suck it up and do your best. What else? Those are that basically summarizes what I wanted to talk about for like the majority of it. I might talk more about specific details. Like for example, actually, I have. Hold up. Let me see. I hope this doesn't show up too big. I'm going to get the art. I'm gonna show the art for it, for the vampire cover. I have this piece, this wonderful piece. Oh boy, that showed up pretty big. Let's see, how do I make that smaller? That's me. There, oh, dismembered. Alright. No. Oh my lord. There we go. Okay, this is so cute. It's so cool. It's so cute. I love it. This was done by an artist by the name of Zara on Twitter. At oh my god. Let me get their exact at. Zara, I think is their name. Their at is Ila Zara. That is ILAZERAA. ILAZERAA. They're amazing. And So Kind has to draw this for me, and it's really cute. I don't know. I really like it. I think it's super duper cute, and I'll be using this for the vampire cover. So yeah, it's hella cute, ain't it? I'll be using that for the vampire cover. I also have, there are people, there's one person who makes, like, how to say, they make, like pluggable MVs. I don't know how to explain it. They make, like, After Effects files where you just plug in, like, your art, and then the text is just already, like, functional. And they had one for Vampire, and I was like, oh, I'll just use that. Not that I'm unwilling to like animate it myself, like painstakingly animate it myself, or get pay an animator to animate it for me, but I just thought it was a really cute like template. Oh, template's the word I was looking for. Template. I thought it was just a really cute template, and I wanted to use it, also financially support someone else, and you know, it's all good. It's all good. Gosh, I feel like I want to talk a little more about the Sekai podcast because it is something I've been like recently been thinking about. Actually, what if I just start? Oh my god, no, I have an idea. Okay. Give me a second. Let me just do some gamer moves and let's see how far I can make this work. I'm gonna brainstorm on stream. We'll see how that goes. Oh boy, it worked. All right. Okay, yeah. Sekai podcast name. So unlike Mr. Phil from the Refill podcast for Bandori, I do not have a name that so perfectly sounds like it was made to become the Refill podcast. Like, what am I gonna say? I don't know. And I don't even know if I necessarily want it to have like my name attached to it specifically. But in any case, I would indeed like the name to be kind of cute, maybe some kind of cool. I haven't come up with a good one yet, so this is gonna be blank for now. I can't even spell podcast. Holy crap. Podcaster. So, the So Lit High School Cheer Besties podcast. Okay, for those of you who don't understand what this means. They're the newest, the project podcast. Podcast. All right. That's its name. Working in progress. If I actually end up using it, I'll give full credits to Yuto. For those of you who don't understand what the So Lit High School Cheer Besties podcast means, they're the new event for Project Sekai on JP is titled Hakunetsu Kamiko Oendan, I think. Which translates to like white hot Kamiyama High cheer squad or something like that. Cheer team, cheer group, cheer squad, something like that. And affectionately was meme TL'd to something like, "We're lit. Kamiyama High cheer besties." And I edited it to be that, and it's on my Twitter actually. The edit that I made is on my Twitter. I posted it, and I posted it, and I was like, "Oh my god, this event looks so good, guys!" And it's meant to look natural, so you don't point it out. You might not notice, but it's so lit. Hi, Kamiyama High cheer besties, and I try to make it match the original as much as I could. Anyway, let's see. I plan to interview guests on the podcast. I feel like some questions are obvious, such as name. How that name is obvious is as obvious as it is. I also want to give them a plug. I want to give them the opportunity to plug something. Not that I have much of a platform, but why not allow them to plug something? For example, they could plug like their Twitter or something, you know, like nothing too crazy. Don't plug, and I probably wouldn't let them plug something that was like inappropriate. That would get me age restricted. What accomplishments they have done. Okay. I was planning to personally like do the like research a little bit myself. Like, for example, Let's make up an example. Let's make one up about me. Name, curry, achievements, T10, singing in sync, T3, happy, Sekai Happy New Year, Sekai Happy New Year, T2, Hinamatsuri, that kind of thing. And then what? So this is just like basically if I was interviewing myself, what would I answer? I was also thinking, how'd you get into Sekai? How did you get into Sekai? Of course, my answer is Hatsune Miku. Hi, I'm Scott, president of Domino's Pizza. President of Domino's Pizza. Have you heard of Hatsune Miku? Of course, that's not how I got into Vocaloid. Where does that get cut off? Pizza? Hi, I'm Scott, president of Domino's Pizza. Have you heard of Hatsune Miku? Have fun with Miku! Have some fun with Miku! Zoom in on my okay, hold on. Zoom in on my like my eyes, zoom in on my eyes, my like ear, my arm, all that good stuff. That's how you know. That's how you know you really understand the culture of Scott, president of Domino's Pizza. Oh man, I love that commercial so much. Oh, is this the right side? No, I'm a little bit too big. That seems about, okay, it's still a little too big. There we go. Alright. But basically what this meme answers is that I got into Project Sekai based on the fact that I'm a Vocaloid fan and Vocaloid got a gacha game. Let's see. Probably would just ask something like any stories from your tiers that you want to share. Also, I'll put in the thing plug. For example, if it was me, I'd probably be like, yeah, follow Curry Covers on YouTube. Follow Curry Covers on YouTube. Yep. And probably like Twitter as well. Probably Twitter as well. I actually probably would just put their Twitter on the stream. Like I would have a little like text on the stream that probably would just say, here's their Twitter. So that you could like find them if you were so inclined to do so. Another thing, I probably should order this properly, because I feel like the achievement. Although if I say the achievements, it would go here, but if they say the achievements, it would go definitely after. How did you get into Project Sekai? If I was thinking about it, but anyway, this is just an example. I'll figure it out later. No need to like finalize every single detail here. I will figure it out. Maybe ask who they Oshi favorite character. Indeed. I was thinking about that. How do you get into Project Sekai? Who is your favorite characters? Just to cover all, what's it called, bases? Because I know some people like characters equally, some people like characters almost equally, that kind of thing. Some people like characters so much compared to others that they might be like, oh, I can't be like, I only like this character. I like this character and this character and this character too. Off the top of my head, I know I have a friend who is big on both Mizuki. A lot of people, not just my friend, but a lot of people are big on both Mizuki and Enna, and they might be like, I can't choose one. I like both of them pretty equally. So that's just a thought that I had. Let's see. And then, any stories from tiers you want to share? I'd probably just ask them, like, after who's your favorite character, probably ask them, like, what attracted you to this character, maybe? Attracted you to this character. I'd also be interested in knowing, are there any... I thought of this question earlier, but I'll write it down here because I'm remembering what I thought of earlier, like on my own before I started up the stream, and well, not before I started up the stream, like as in right before, but in the time period before this stream begun, while I was brainstorming about the podcast. These are some of the questions I came up with. Are there any other, I guess, I don't want to say, do I want to say? I do specifically want to kind of cover gacha games. Because I feel like if you're a gacha gamer, it's kind of, it almost feels uncommon for any specific game to be a person's first gacha game, which sounds so counterintuitive because like there has to be a game that was like your first, right? But at the same time, I feel like a lot of gacha gamers just like move from one game to another. I don't know, that's just my experience. Like for example, myself, I've played Love Live School Idol Festival. I played Chain Chronicle before that shut down. Oh my god, Chain Chronicle. I missed that game. That game was good. That game was really, really good, actually. I played Fire Emblem Heroes. I played Fate Grand Order. I played Arknights for a week. I didn't really enjoy it, but I played Arknights for a week. I played Genshin Impact. I played Project Sekai. I played Honkai Impact 3rd. What else did I play? I played a lot of gacha games. I feel like I've played Revue Starlight Relive. Oh my god, I blocked it out of my memory. Oh holy moly. What else did I do? I should just open up my games folder and I'll see how many games, because I don't delete the games that I used to play. I played Bandori. I played Bandori for a little bit. I didn't play it very, very much, but I did play it. Damn, almost. Oh man, Fire Emblem Heroes was my first. Was it? I enjoyed Fire Emblem Heroes. I actually played quite a bit of it, I would say. I'm not so sure, like, how to say. I'm not so sure if I would say, like, I wasn't a big spender on it. I spent, like, maybe $100. It's not too much. Shoutouts to Relive. Indeed. Shoutouts to Relive. It's a game that I have good and bad memories of. For various reasons. I guess gacha games you played. I can't spell today. Played. Yeah, I don't know. So I've played quite a lot of gacha games. The ones I'm currently, if we're talking about the ones I'm currently playing, I'm still playing Genshin every now and then. I'm like on and off on Genshin. I think Genshin's best played like kind of on and off, to be honest. It's a very interesting game. There's a lot to like about it, but at the same time, the game unfortunately is just kind of hard to play daily, I would say, because like it's sort of thing where it's like, oh, you log in, you do your dailies, then you do nothing. Okay. I don't know, that's just my feeling. Honkai Impact actually has a continuous story, and I wish it was a newer game, because the only thing that's bad about it is that it's kind of old and you can feel its age. That's kind of how I feel about FGO, sort of. FGO kind of has a feeling of being old. Even though I personally quite like it, but FGO is also another problem I have with this. It's very grindy. It's just, you have to do everything manually, and there's really no way around it, because the fights all have to be manual. Because there's no skip button, and I don't know, that the no skip button is just kind of like tiring sometimes. Where I don't necessarily mind no skip button if the fights are fun, but when it comes to like grindy stuff, like, oh my god, do I really have to do the same daily stage to farm for the basic training material manually? I don't know, that's just my feeling. I play Project Sekai. Project Sekai is actually really fun. I like that it's kind of chill. And the community is very... I don't know. For me, the part of gacha games that really makes me like stay attached to them is just having a really strong community. That's one of the reasons I was able to stay in real life for so long. I don't think I would have stayed as long if I wasn't so attached to like the people that I met and stuff. I mean, this is in addition to having like fun mechanics I find fun and characters that I enjoy, which every game's gonna be different in that regard. For example, I found actually this might be a controversial opinion, but I actually found Relive's mechanics to be quite fun for PvP. Probably around 2020. Oh my god, I'm ancient. I'm an ancient real life player. Probably around 2020 and before, I found the combat to be quite fun. 2020, that entire year, I actually really enjoyed in terms of PvP. Not so much 2019. 2019 was kind of lame. But 2020 was pretty good. And what else? I don't know. I did like Troop Review, but at the same time, now with the like once the strategies got like ultra, what's the word? Optimized? Yeah, once the strategies got ultra optimized, I don't know. It just wasn't as fun anymore for me. I enjoyed kind of like doing the best with what you could. And of course, you don't have to like play the game super competitively. You really don't have to play the game super competitive. Like there's no game where you have to be competitive. But I don't know, a lot of the fun for me was like learning the best ways to play the game or trying to be really good at the game. And for the ways that are fun to be not very like optimal is very sad in my opinion. Real Life really kind of dug its own grave when they introduced Arcana. From there was just an endless cycle of constant overcompensation. I agree and disagree. I think there are ways. I think the way. I mean, on the one hand, yes, I do think the way they introduced Arcana was like digging its own grave with how sudden the leap in power was from pre-Arcana to Arcana. Like, it was so sudden that with the introduction of Hermit, right? Hermit Mahiru, Space was unplayable. It was just straight up unplayable. You could not play Space in PvP without unless and of course you can just ban Mahiru, LMAO. Like I'll ban Mahiru, my god. But at the same time, I think there are ways. I think not necessarily Arcana itself was a bad thing. I'm more leaning to, because I think the early Arcanas, while they were overpowered, I don't think they were anti-fun, if that makes sense. And I think that's a big distinction, because they are, like, for example, Empress, actually Empress was pretty anti-fun, but other than Empress, let's ignore Empress. Empress was pretty anti-fun, freaking aggro, AP down, flip, like, okay, we get it, you want to be special. That was so ridiculously overpowered at the time, and to top it off, she was Moon. No, she was Cloud, so she was good against Moon, like Mahiru, and I don't know, it was just horrible. But anti-fun for me is like that impudence days stuff that literally doesn't let you play the game. Cause I understand, I like counterplay. Counterplay has always made the game fun. Okay, yeah, here's a good example. When I was still relevant, kind of, if you had really strong mid bulk, you could outlast the competition if you were bulkier. But at the same time, if you had really strong back act, you could kind of like break through the bulk. And that thing is just based on who has the upper. Sorry about that. Someone walked into my room. That was awkward. They didn't close the door either. Hold up, let me close the door. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Okay, door is closed. Door is closed. I totally lost my train of thought when I got walked in on. If I recall, they've only just recently introduced immunities to countable effects. I think so, but I'm not sure. In any case, I really don't think that the design choice of let's make this super overpowered effect and then let's make its direct counter is really like viable. I don't know, it's just something that really is sad kind of to see. But it's fine, I guess. It's fine, I guess. I mean, I don't play the game anymore, so I have like not much stake in it, but I guess I do have stake in it. I played it for a while. I don't know, it's just very sad to see how the game went, because it's very poorly designed in my view, at least. I find it quite poor. Also, I know this is like, I talked about this a few times on different streams, but man, I am so glad I figured out how to turn on USB tracking. And I know this sounds so dumb, but like if you know how this software works, then it's like, duh, how come you didn't know how to do it? And it's because I'm dumb, okay? Like, but I was really being driven freaking crazy by, hold up. Yeah, I agree. It's a bit on the wacky side, but I agree 2020 feet the best by far. I think that entire year was pretty good, even though there were like things that were too OP, like Diao-chan was too OP. Like arguably too OP, like the heals and the percentage and the confusion. She was just very good at the time. But at the same time, she was not unbeatable. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's a big thing, because a lot of people right now would say like certain girls have kind of no counterplay, and like I said, counterplay is just the thing that makes PvP fun. I could give examples from my own experience, but I feel like I've made that point. The best example I have is like is from my winning season. But anyway, where was I? Okay, so I'm really happy I learned how to turn on the USB tracking, because it really did a lot. And now I no longer have the stupid lag on all my tracking. Makes me so happy. I mean, USB tracking works fine if your internet is like good. My internet is not good. My internet is like bottom of the barrel, third world country. I don't know, 1989 internet. It's just really bad. And it's a miracle I can even stream. And I'm wired, mind you, and it's a miracle I can even stream. But anyway, it's fine. But I'm glad I turned it on, so now my movements all match properly. Even though sometimes it gets a little wacky, like if I go back and then go front, it makes me look like I ate the stuff in Alice in Wonderland that makes her grow big and small. But I'm really specifically happy about the mouth tracking. I find the mouth tracking to be actually quite good. Like e, o, u. I wonder if I can actually hold up. Let me. What if I mess with them? I really should stay on topic. Anyway, where was I? Sekai podcast. I feel like we meandered for like 25 minutes, but that's okay. That's okay. Meandering is fun. At least that's what I think. Maybe I'm biased. I always tend to kind of like talk about different subjects and move around quite a bit. But I don't know, it's just because like related tangents and things that you find interesting, I feel like I'd be a teacher that kids either really liked or like were really annoyed by. Because at the same time, you ever have those teachers where they if you get them talking about like something they're interested in, they'll just go the entire class without teaching. And on the one hand, that's it can be kind of fun, but on the other hand, it's like, come on, man, like you want to know what's going on in class, that kind of thing. And that's kind of how I feel. I don't know. That's just my personal feelings. Yeah. Okay. Any other gacha games you played? Let's see. What else did you do? If yes, stories. Stories. If no, honestly, oh my god. Okay, if a game is your first gacha game, if a game is your if a game isn't your first gacha game, I feel like everyone has like the pipeline, right? Like, oh, I'll just play this game, it'll be fun, I won't spend any money or anything like that, and then eventually it's like, oh my god, what have I done? Not necessarily that, I'm not saying that no one can be free to play forever. I'm not saying that, but I feel like it's like the small domino and the big domino. You know what I mean? It's just cause and effect, the butterfly effect, if you will. If no, then I'd want to if this is their first gacha game, I definitely would want to hear about like other games they played, like other games in general. Other games not gacha. Because there's no freaking way that Project Sekai's your first game ever. Like, I refuse to believe that. That sounds fake. But I'm sure they've played other games. Whether those be like shooters or RPGs or roguelikes, or maybe they're into Soulsborne, or maybe they're into, I don't know, puzzle games, or maybe they're really into retro games. Who knows? Whatever the case is. If no, what's the other games you've played? And I'd be interested in hearing about that. Let's see. I feel like I should expand on this part because I feel like your name is just not enough. Be named, tell us about yourself. Tell us about yourself. I can't spell it. I'll spell it properly. Yourself. Achievements in Sekai. I'll write this out kind of more properly than memeing about. Hi, I'm Scott, president of Domino's Pizza. Have you heard of Hatsune Miku? Hatsune Miku is a... Oh my god. How did you get into Sekai? Who's your favorite character? What attracted you to this character? Any stories from your tiers you want to share? Are there any gacha games you played? If yes, stories of no other games not gacha. I kind of want to hear, like, what they like about this is, oh my god, okay, this is gonna sound, no, I hit my mic. This is gonna sound funny, but the way I sit in my chair is I have like an office chair, and I have a pillow behind me for my back because it helps support my back a little more. And every now and then the pillow gets put out of place, and I just try to like maneuver it to get it back in, and then I hit my mic. That's what happened. So if you ever hear like me hitting my mic, it's usually because I'm maneuvering my chair to like get the pillow back in place. But usually I don't have to do that, but sometimes I do, so it just happens. I also want to talk, okay, for after this, any stories from tiers you want to share, I want to talk about like what is appealing about tiering for them. Like, why do they tier? Because a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people just straight up don't understand. They're like, why the hell would you spend like a whole week or more playing the same song over and over again with like little sleep? And like, duh, from the outside it sounds insane. But I think there's everyone has their own unique reasons for doing it. Because like, because generally speaking, people do not do things irrationally. They do things with purpose, with reason. So I'd be really interested to see what people think, like what people explain to be their own reasons for doing it. So why do you tier? Like if I had to answer that, I would probably say that it's due to I really enjoy the sense of community that comes from it, and seeing people like and helping people and like trying to get people's help to reach your goals. And I also enjoy doing it for my Oshi, And at one point, it's like, oh, can't you just like buy merch of them? And yeah, you can, but don't you want to be a little insane sometimes? I don't know. Okay. And then relating to the other gacha games / other games, compared to the other games, what does Sekai offer / what's different? Sorry, what I'm trying to say is, what differences like are there from the other gacha games you play in Prior to Sekai, or what other games? Like, for example, one thing that this game offers that almost no other game offers except for the Project Diva series is Megurine Luca. Barely any games have her as a character that you can use and play as and get, except for the Project Diva series, of course. So that's a big draw for me, being able to see my like favorite character in a game. I'm sure a lot of people have that kind of same thing where it's like, oh man, this is my favorite character and they're only available in this game. And I really like that. Compared to other games, what does Sekai have? Differences? Good, bad, etc. Yeah, I think that'd be really interesting to hear about people's like opinions on things. And if it's not a gacha game, what about let's say they play Party Sekai is the only gacha, but they play a lot of like I feel like offer's a bad word, but they play a lot of like Battle Royale. I don't know, they play like Apex and Fortnite or something. Then like why would they play Party Sekai? Like because at the same time, if you're going to have like such a large jump from one type of game to another, what attracts you to one game and not another game? Like, why would you play Party Sekai but not Bandori? Why would you play what's a good example? Why would you play Magia Record's Dead? I did play Magia Record too, now that I think about it, but I didn't really enjoy it that much. I kind of quit after like a week, like a few weeks, like 2-3 weeks. Why would you play Magia Record over Fire Emblem Heroes, like or Fire Emblem Heroes or Magia Record, that kind of thing? So if they're similar, like why would you choose one over the other? But if they're really different, then I want to hear like what drew you to that sort of game. I feel like that kind of stuff would be really interesting. I feel like I don't have to really write that down though. I can like ask that as like a natural follow up. Silver Sickle. Hello, Silver Sickle. Hello. If you missed the earlier part of the stream, basically talked about how I'm gonna start a Sekai podcast. It's gonna be fun. Name in progress somehow. Toe gave the great idea of calling it the Project Podcast. Which is increasingly growing on me at a scary rate. You know the Russia-Ukraine war, right? Yeah, but I don't really want to talk about it right now on stream, so not gonna talk about it. Have a good one, bro. Hey, if you want to talk about something else, you can. If you want to talk about the war, my stream's like not the right place to do it. Just putting that out there. I mean, like, I don't know, just it's off topic. You know what I mean? So just bring it elsewhere, probably. Compared to the other games what Project Sekai offer, and then relating to that, I kind of want to ask, like, regarding the I want to ask about like themselves outside of Project Sekai. I want to ask about like their interests, like other than playing games and stuff. Like, for example, I know a few tierers who are artists. I know a few. And I want to talk about how, and I might talk a little bit about how they got into art, what they like to draw, like that kind of thing. Outside of gacha, what do you like? What hobbies? What hobbies do you have? That kind of thing. That'd be a good question to ask. Outside of gotcha, what hobbies do you have? And then I could like probably ask them about hobbies. I feel like I don't need to ask. I don't need to write down the specific. I can't, I don't know how to get rid of that, on the stream. However, let me actually check if I can get rid of that on the stream. Let's see what I can do. Stream elements. Yeah, Toad, thank you so much, my man. Yeah, I need to, I'm trying, I just put them in timeout and that kind of thing, but I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. The spam really helps. I can't tell you how much it helps. Like, I'm all for like good activism and stuff, but not now, bro. Like I mean, yeah, keep it moving. Yeah, keep it moving. Yeah, 7 more messages works perfectly. That would be amazing. Yep. All right. Here we go. Let's see. All right. That worked. Thank you very much. Here we go. Thanks, man. Really helps. Really appreciate it. Where were we? Outside of gotcha, what hobbies do you have? I was definitely thinking about, let's say, and I feel like I could ask them like natural follow-ups to those questions regarding like their other hobbies. Like, let's say, hello, wow, what if they were a singer? Wouldn't that be so crazy? I'm just talking about myself, of course. I could ask them like what they covered. Maybe we could listen to a cover if they so deemed it. Maybe we could listen to some of their music. That'd be cool. That kind of thing, you know, or show some of their art if they were so gracious to let us see it. That kind of thing. And it would be like a really cool time to like see them outside of the context, because a lot of the times, especially when you know someone like in a community or like for something, you might only know them like regarding something specific. Like, for example, I once heard the comment when I was like a year ago, maybe now, but like many months ago. Someone said that they could not really imagine speaking to me about anything other than Revy Starlight PvP. And I don't necessarily disagree with that comment, because I was very much like big on that specific like topic, and if you really wanted to talk to me about it, then I would definitely like be up for that. But at the same time, it's like, if you only know someone for one thing, then you're only going to be very outwardly positive towards communication regarding one topic. But at the same time, I feel like it'd be really good to like see that people aren't just like only gotcha gamers. They have like other things going on too. And I feel like that'd be a good really like stepping stone into that sort of thing. But I guess that kind of sums it up for like what I want to talk about today. I'll save this file. Thank you once again for coming to the stream and giving ideas and that kind of thing. It's really helpful. It helps me like get my creative process. And even just speaking it out loud kind of helps me. So I enjoy kind of speaking into the void and stuff. I don't know if I'll do like many just chatting streams like often. Only because I feel like, honestly, I'm gonna be real, like talking is like to yourself or to the chat. To the chat's pretty easy actually because it feels very natural, but talking to yourself for long periods of time, you kind of go crazy. Oh man, you kind of go crazy. But at the same time, you're like, it is fun. I do enjoy them. I do enjoy them. But I feel like I need a good topic to go off. I don't think I could just be like, okay, so what happened the other day? It was like really nice or whatever. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just biased. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I want to talk about. Gonna close out this dock. Gonna make myself dismembered again. Gonna make myself a little bigger. Maybe a little smaller. Hold it. Wow. All right. Thank you for coming. All right, and thank you for all the help with the with getting rid of the spam. Really means the world to me. All right. I guess that's it. All right. Bye bye. See ya. Bye bye. Bye bye.